Okay. Hello, hi, and howdy alike. Oh, hi, you will never know. Good to see you. Tonight was our 7th anniversary of running this campaign. Yes, the Storm King's Thunder. Well, congratulations on that mighty anniversary, and I'm glad that you all are having a blast with it this far in. What level is everyone? Oh, it was actually March 22nd of 2017 with Storm Kings. Now this is the general map of the setting, the North Holds here of Crown and Skull. Now, if you don't want to play with this map, then don't. The concepts are mutable, though there is a setting baked in and ready to go for, well, whatever you would like to do with it. Take the ideas. This game is very customizable, very flexible. Make your own map. Throw some hexes on it if you want, or use a grid if you want. And enjoy. Everyone's level 19. We're almost to the penultimate battle. Oh my gosh, Daily. What are you gonna do when it ends? Oh, the memories. I hope you have a good cry, Daily. Now the 3 towns that were talked about in character creation. There's Rivergate. That is the river town here next to the sea. And by mountains. Down this way is Slimshire, on the border of the desert here in the southern lands, where there be orcs. Right, there's the orc lands. And then if we come up this way, here's Gardenborough. Surrounded by forests, there are some mountains nearby. Here are the frog, where the frogkin live. Do liches actually produce tears? Yes, just not their own. So if you use this as a basis, cool. It can give you an idea for what can consist or, exist or, be a fun little parallel to the concepts you can find in the book for prompts as you're doing a hex crawl and some other things. If you like this area and you say, you know what? I like the Wolflands. I like Greenstone. I like Harnmoor. Pardon me. Then, you know what? They're yours. This very high quality high resolution map and one without hexes is included as one of the digital files. There's all kinds of stuff for you here to look over and enjoy. So what we'll do is we can start. We have 2 characters that are starting in Slimshire, or that was their hometown anyway. There are 2 characters who have their hometown in Gardenborough. So clearly, we're going to start this adventure in Rivergate. Now, what could that mean? I'm glad that you asked. Let's give a quick little review of... We don't need to worry about that magic stuff. That's for after you've earned some hero points out in the wilds. This is sort of like Baby's first adventure. Who here wants to smash a goblin? All right, maybe that's not the best terminology to use, especially because we actually have a goblin here. The art on the Goth Prize Goblin was finished. you get what I'm saying. We'll set our prize goblin aside. Sorry, Prizzy. We're not talking about smashing you. We're going to go here to Rivergate, and we're going to look for another goblin to smash and see how it goes. One moment. Art assets. All right, we're in the what you're going to do as a GM. Have a good night, Garros. Hey, thank you. I saw your art. Thank you for sharing it and for popping into chat and saying hi too. I sincerely appreciate it, Garros. You know you're welcome here in the Hero Zone, my friend. All right, so we're gonna summarize. When a player suffers damage penalty due to enemy defenses between -1 and -10, remind players roll your damage at -3. These goblins are well armored. That's how this works. You do not roll to hit. Well, I'm sorry. It depends on who's the one attacking. The players get to roll to hit and to defend. The GM does not need to roll, just announces the attacks. It's up to the players to roll. So there are to hits, there are other types of rolls. Anyway, let's just read through this. When a player suffers damage penalty due to enemy defenses, roll your damage at -3. These goblins are well armored. You can also use defense to make aimed shots harder. All the detail of a 2-hit roll contained in the far simpler damage roll. Shooting for the eyes, make that a -5 damage penalty. And so that's why you're seeing the, it's a D4 for a staff to bonk a goblin. Now, if a goblin is heavily armored and with a 3, you can only hit the goblin if you get a 4 on your D4. Everything else, you could count it as a miss. It strikes off the armor. You're getting a 2-hit and damage all in one. We also have damage versus destroy, bleed, poison, corrosion, and burn. For the phases, there are 5 phases to a round. Characters can, if you want to roll for it, or can just select on which phase of the turn to go of the 5. And players act before enemies do on the 5 phases. Let's see. We have some. We'll worry about hex rolls in a moment. All right, so let's do this. We want to come back to about page 140. Let's look up a goblin. These are the intelligent enemies here. Let's look up a goblin. Here we go. Small rat-like mischievous beings with green skin. 2 hit points. Attack 0, defense 1, phase 2, tactics 1. Here. this is going to be a lot more relevant because the enemy is going, the goblin, the single goblin's going down pretty quickly. All right, so enemies are not as detailed as heroes. Here's the shorthand for their details. You'll be checking these as GM during play. Enemies have 5 stats: hit points, attack, defense, phase, and tactics. Hit points, a simple pool of hit points. At 0 hit points, the foe is killed. Enemies do not roll their attacks. Rather, players defend with their own rolls. The attack stat is a penalty to a player defense roll. Defense. Enemies have defense to resist attack. Defense is subtracted from a hero damage roll. Some attacks degrade defense, such as degrading armor. Phase. Enemies take actions in one or more of the 5 phases in a round, up to 3 phases maximum per round. And tactics. When their phase comes up, monsters do 1 to 3 actions called tactics. As a GM, roll a d6 to select a tactic. A tactic will include what type of attrition it will inflict: basic, flesh, equipment, destroy. So let's do this. You know, hang on, I'm gonna copy. Do this here. We're going to keep that off to the side here. And then we're going to come back over here and we're going to go play Smash a Goblin. I went too far. I went too far. Slime Beast, Wraith, and Dire Wizard Goblin. All right, so we have our reference sheet right over here about what happens with the enemies. Okay, so that's down this away. Then we have let's just say it is this character versus one goblin. Ooh, pardon me. This character, this tall, slender elf who had a near-death experience that sent him or her adventuring in order to secure personal wealth, is walking through the delightful mercantile city of Rivergate. As you do. The sounds of the city are everywhere. And wouldn't you know, there's real monsters! And by that, a goblin bursts forth from a house and is apparently was up to some mischief. Probably stole a purse or something. Who knows? It's a goblin, right? As we all know, every goblin is always evil, irrevocably and eternally, and in this very simple example that is outlandish. So, this elf in town from Gardenborough says, "Not on my watch, Mr. Bister," and is looking to make sure that this goblin will pay for its crimes. Combat is initiated. And the character here, our elf character, wishes to make sure that the innocent bystander isn't hurt by this ne'er-do-well goblin. And so, using his veteran commander core ability, we'll say something like, "Hey, lady, get out of here. Get down." Now, veteran commander does sound very much like that, but the placeholder is the first round. You can choose a character that will deal maximum damage or not take damage during the for the round. So phase one is where we acted. Okay, we used our Commander Core ability, and we have chosen for the lady to not get hurt by the goblin, as it has run out, bonked into our tall, slender self, and I don't know, it sneers. Well, what else is happening here on? We act on phase 2. Okay, we get one action on phase 2. Daily, would you please roll 1d6 in chat and tell me what is this goblin doing? No roll, just exclamation point 1d6. Lands on a 3. A ragged little sword, basic attrition. All right. So in this case, the goblin chooses to strike at the elf. Now, what this means... Whoop. Hi. And... Alright, goodbye. That was fun. I, as the GM, do not need to roll to hit. It is up to the player to roll to defend. In this case, Kragar, will you please roll 1d20 in chat? Exclamation point 1d20. You want a 7 or lower in order to not be hit by the goblin. Yep. Look at that! There's a 7! Kragar, as the goblin stabs towards you, with a swoosh of your cloak, this goblin kind of charges through, and you are not struck. Let's say that the NPC says IE and runs away on phase 3. Cool. Phase 4, nothing. Phase 5, IE, there's one more. I just found it in the house. And now we are going to have a second goblin on the scene. It is a 2 goblins versus 1 greedy elf in the streets. Oh no. What's going to happen? However, we can pretend that the goblin tried to strike at the lady who ran back in, but due to the veteran commander core ability, it was impervious to damage that round. So, congratulations, you are a hero. Let's continue. We come back around, and Daily, you get to choose which phase on which phase you would like to act. Now, you know that I have both goblins acting on phase 2. You can choose phase 2, in which case you would go first on phase 2. Otherwise, you get one of the 5 phases of the round. Those greedy elves with their beady little eyes and their little meatballs. So on which phase should the... I think I called for Daily. I think I had Kragar playing the... I had Kragar playing the hero. So I'm sorry, Kragar, we'll keep the roles here. Kragar, you are the hero. Daly's playing the two goblins. Kragar, which phase would you like to act upon? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Every round has 5 phases. You know that the goblins will both act on phase 2. If you act on phase 2, you go before them. And you have basic things you could do. You can run away. You can attack. You get like a basic action you can do on your turn here. On which phase would you like to act? Let's go with 2. Okay, it's happening simultaneously. Kragar. Phase 1 passes. There's nothing in the environment going on during this part of the round. It's phase 2. You act first. What would you like to do? Do you want to run away, having seen that the lady you helped also ran away, or do you want to smash one of these goblins? All right. So Kragar, to do that, it's your turn. It's your turn to swing. Okay. What this is going to mean is that enemies have defenses to resist attack. Defense is subtracted from a hero damage roll. Some attacks degrade defense. So our goblin has defense of 1. What this means is with your D4 dagger is D4. I want you to type exclamation point 1D4. We're presuming you hit. Let's see if you're dealing damage. You want a 2, 3, or 4. Oh no, Kragar. So you go to stab the goblin, and its defense is 1. You would have dealt 1 damage, and in this case, subtracted from a hero damage roll, some attacks degrade defense. Okay, so there we go. And now, that was your turn. You're standing in the midst of 2 goblins. So Daly, would you please type exclamation point 2d6 to find out what each of the goblins do while you are menacing the hero as role playing these goblins. All right, the first goblin that was attacked by Kragar, 6. Rickety gadgets. The goblin reveals some clumsy creation of wood and wire, flipping a lever. Darts or spinning blades fly out, inflicting basic attrition to all foes, but with a -3 attack. Okay. Kragar. The goblin that you tried to stab, I guess has some sort of a little device. Is like, oh, hey, what's this? A can of snakes or something, right? And things fly out at you. In order to avoid this, you need not a 7, because I'm at a -3 attack. That means that you have effectively +3 to your armor. You need a 10 or lower to avoid the gag gift attack. Yes, clearly 2. Yeah, so ding. So go ahead and roll 1d20, Kragar. And you need a 10 or lower. 4. All right. You managed to avoid the pocket sand, or whatever else that this was. You avoid the pocket sand, and so there is no attrition. However, there is a second goblin, and this one rolled a 2. This is a ragged little sword with basic attrition. And so for this, you need a 7 or lower. Now, your 1d20 may be on cooldown, so Kragar, type exclamation point 2d20 in chat, and we'll use the first of the two results. Two? Look at this. Oh, and even your second one, 2 and a 7. Nice. You're doing a little dance in the street as these goblins are trying to shank you. Shank and Gank, maybe that's their names even. Shank and Gank, and they help. Now, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. All right. Now, Kragar, I am telling you, as the GM, that there is a third goblin on its way, and it will join combat in 2 phases. Not 2 rounds, in 2 phases. But it will just be on the scene. It won't get to attack. But it heard the cries of its fellows, and you know as the player that, it's on phase 2, but there will be a third goblin. All right. We come back around phase 1. Oh, and actually, Kragar, which phase would you like to act this time? Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? You know that my goblins are acting on phase 2. You get priority if you share the phase. There will be a third goblin on phase 2, but it will not get to act otherwise. Time to book it, phase 1. All right. So, there we go. It's the top of round 3, phase 1. Who has an action? Kragar, you decide to whoop, 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 whoop. You get out of there. All right. And so, behind you, the goblins say, split up and let's get them, boys. And so the chase is on. What I would like you to do next is you are wearing a cloak. What we'll say is that you're able to beat it because the goblins will make this decision on the round after the third one joins. Seems like there's 3. Kragar, as you stealth out of there, I want you to make a stealth check. You do have your cloak, which is giving you a 7 as opposed to your normal 4. So Kragar, 1d20. And you want a 7 or lower. 16. Okay. Hey, I found him. He's over here. All right. Kragar, you tried to... You ran. You were not able to hide. You have been spotted by 1 goblin since the 3 had split up to look for you. For now, you know their terrible secret or something. Kragar, it is a new round of this combat, okay? On which phase would you like to act? You want to act on 1. All right, go ahead, Kragar. Do you want to try and silence this goblin? What would you like to do? All right, go for the bonk. It's effectively an auto hit. Roll your dagger D4. Exclamation point 1d4. Pardon. Lands on a 3. Well, there you go. So defense of 1, and as we see, defense is subtracted from a hero damage roll. This means that you deal 2 damage to the goblin. The goblin has 2 hit points.
Blarg, I've been defeated.
All right, Kragar. The goblin was able to call out to friends. None of them are here yet, but you will get a decision. At least one more is incoming, if not both. Do you want to? What would you like to do? Do you want to just run away? Do you want to stand and be prepared to deliver? Would you like to hide and deliver something like a sneak attack? Or do you want to just try and sneak off? What would you like to do here? Yeah, you want to set up an ambush? No problem, Kragar. All right. Kragar, there's no goblins here watching, and you ran away from the street into a side alley, okay? I am going to say that to set up this ambush, I am going to give you a +6 to your sneak, meaning that if you roll a 13 or under, you are hidden enough for this to work. And we're keeping things very simple with the ideas. So roll a d20 and you want 13 or under. Lands on a ooh. Oh, what happens on a critical failure? Hang on a second. What happens on a critical failure? Because I think we touched on it, but I forget offhand. I hide really well, but they come from behind. Perhaps. Let me look this up. Hi, Daily. We have a critical failure, and I forget what happens. I need to look it up. Let's Control F. Only fail stealth with a critical fail. If only you had vanishing drops, but it wouldn't work in this case. Skill roll. Roll a d20 at or below the value of your skill to succeed. Ah, a roll of 1 critically fails, even though you're trying to go low. A roll of 20 critically succeeds, causing maximal or bonus results. Okay, so in this case, you actually... So, Kragar, you hid so well you thought that you didn't. You prepared for them, and you actually ended up critically succeeding because you did roll a 20. He hid from himself. Yeah, you were turning invisible to yourself, like in Back to the Future for a moment. All right, so you are so well hidden, Kragar. What I will do, I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Let's see, how would you like this to manifest? Would you like this to be maybe auto maximum damage on your dagger, which is effectively going to be an auto kill on a goblin? Would you like this to be maybe allowing you to act twice if you, pardon, so you swing twice as both goblins arrive on the scene. So let's see, that this is an auto kill of one, or I'll let you swing twice on the goblins, possibly taking both down, possibly missing them both, or possibly only getting one and not the other. Twice? Okay. You hide very well. Both goblins arrive on the scene.
Oh, where'd he go? Ugh.
And so I'm sorry, Daly. You can fill in the rest. You can speak for them. However, Kragar with a Snicker snack is going to attempt to take out both goblins using this offered opportunity from the GM, the game master. So Kragar, roll 2d4, exclamation point 2d4. All right, 3 and a 2. So they have a defense of 1. Your first dagger deals 2 damage, right? We take 1 off of the 3. That goblin falls down DED dead. Daily, however, Daily, the other goblin only took 1 hit point of damage as he went, what was that squishy sound? As the dagger's being unsheathed from his friend, and then goes, whoa! And just ends up getting like a cut across the nose. Daily, as this was ambush, this was acting first, we'll say that this was phase 1. You may roll a d6 to find out what this injured goblin can do. What will this injured goblin do? On a 2, attacks with the S word, sword. So, now what happens? Kragar, yep, it's stabby time. You need a 7 or lower to avoid being stabbed by the injured goblin. Oh no, 13 doesn't do it. So, Kragar, you are dealt 1 point of attrition. And if I recall correctly, I believe basic attrition is your call here. Cross off any one equipment or skill. So, Kragar, as the goblin stabs at you, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You effectively have 9 hit points. What would you like to cross off, reflecting the damage or disability dealt? Gambling? Okay. So, feeling like your luck has run out, Kragar, your ability to gamble has been crossed off. You can only take 8 more points of damage, of attrition, I should say, before you are DED dead. He hit my cheating deck. There we go. That can work. You have a new marked card now. All right, it comes back around, Kragar. It's Mono E Gabo. Would you like to act on phase 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Yeah, who's got the ace in the sleeve now? All right, acting on 1. What are you doing, Kragar? Are you running away? Are you standing and delivering? Bop him again. And GMV will go over recovery in just a moment. So you need to roll your damage. 2. All right. Hey, 2 minus 1, which is the defense. 2 minus 1 is 1. Let's get back to it here. What we're on page 140, I think, right? There's so many goblins. Here we go. All right. Yep. So defense is 1. That would have lowered your damage roll from 2 to 1. And then that is 1 is enough damage to take out the goblin. And so,
Blarg.
And the goblin falls in the alleyway. We have the lady of the house says, "Oh, my hero," as apparently she was there the whole time for some reason, and says, "Can I please take you out to get a reasonably priced lunch? We gotta hurry. The lunch special ends at 3 o'clock. But I'm happy to go to give you unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks for saving me from the goblins, but only in the next 20 minutes. All right, so Kragar, this is your decision. You can get unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks for free if you go now, or you could possibly loot the body for something. But you'll miss out on your hero's feast. For contrivance reasons, Kragar, you can't do both. You have to go now to get the lunch special, because that's all you're getting as a reward from this lady. Okay. All right. So you go with her on a lunch date, and she has vowed to pay for your unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. The goblins probably had really crappy stuff anyway that wouldn't technically count for equipment. It might, it'd be like scrap metal or something. So GMV was asking, how do you get skills back after resting then, but not items? Let's go to All right, when injured, cross off equipment and or skills. When you're hurt, you'll be losing one of your skills and gear. Crossed off equipment and skills cannot be used until restored or repaired. Roleplay it. Attrition impairs your senses, physical wellness, or equipment beyond use. In some cases, items might be lost permanently, but skills are never permanently lost. A few simple rules govern attrition. So there's that, okay? Healing and repair. Upon a successful heal by magic, potion, or first aid, restore one crossed off skill. For damaged equipment, use repair or armorer skill. Destroyed gear will need to be replaced entirely. Rest and recovery. Regain a combined 1d4 of equipment and skills with a night's rest in safety. Additionally, After each scene in play, once safety is found and no enemies or timers are incoming, take a breather. Regain one equipment or skill. Catch your breath, ready to go on. So, Kragar, in choosing to get the extremely well-priced lunch of unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks, is taking a breather on this lunch date with the grateful lady whose purse he saved from the trio of goblin gangsters. While eating your soup, salad, and/or breadstick, you can recover gambling, which means, Kragar, you can take a chance on asking out this person, if you would, if you'd like. Kragar, it might be a long shot. She's nice. She's paying for your lunch. She also seems to keep a strict sense of time. Very practical. What I would like you to do, Kragar, I would like you to roll your gambling. Roll 1d20. All right. She appreciates the effort, but isn't impressed this time around. Maybe next time, my friend, you can impress her with some card tricks, or taking that chance on asking her out on a future reasonably priced lunch hour public outing. Yeah, woman of means, she probably owns property. Yeah, if she can afford a $10 lunch at Olive Garden, then you forgot which was your salad fork. So hopefully you get an idea here of how the back and forth of combat works. And as you're seeing how attrition works, as you're seeing how recovery can work, as you're seeing the ebb and flow of combat, and how you wish to strategically place yourself in it. Oh yeah, the salad one, it's the super big one. And there's also like a spoon hinged to it. It's the salad fork because they serve it with the bowl of salad, duh. Yes, that's right, Daily. Yes, no rolls. When important yes, no questions come up and the GM doesn't have an answer, roll 1d6. Very good, Daily. Kragar, roll 1d6, please. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Kragar. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe you were a bit of a messy eater, or she saw that you were, oh, you know what? Kragar. We need to know if you can resist the urge to steal. Because, man, those salad tongs, who needs a salad fork when you can get the tongs? Kragar, your flaw is that you're greedy, and you are wearing a many-pocketed greatcloak. So I would like you to resist the urge on a 6 or lower on a d20 roll. Woo! All right. Kragar on a 4. So maybe you can still steal if you want. It's just you can resist the urge to take these very fancy salad tongs. Well, Kragar, then you resisted it, but you want them to? I'll tell you what. If you're giving in to your greed, I will grant you this item on your character sheet, but you have to pickpocket it. I want you to roll. You might be on a cooldown for 1d20. Kragar, roll 2d20. We'll take the first result of that, and you need an 8 or lower. $18? That's 10 more than what we're looking for. All right. Well, you were able to resist the urge to take these fancy salad tongs. Instead, though, you tried to pickpocket them, and from the server, sir, what are you doing? Putting those in your pockets? Ah, nuts! You've been caught. And I don't know, maybe that's what broke the date. No, you're fine, Kragar. Maybe that's what broke the date. It was very uncouth of you to try stealing the plastic salad tongs from Olive Garden. These aren't my salad. Oh, of course. Now, for things like for pickpocketing, I could have given you a penalty or a bonus if I was describing other things like you're being observed, or you so happen to have a salad tong shaped pocket in your great cloak, which could suppress the outline of salad tongs specifically. There's some hemming and hawing that we can do. Now, what could be done, Kragar, let's lean into this. Let's trust the dice. You have a very suspicious waiter who is looking at you, trying to pocket the salad tongs. Your date's left. You at least got gambling back. But perhaps, you could probably just run out of there. You could stab the server and run away. You might be able to try talking your way out of it. And if you wanted to try doing that, I would allow you to make a trading roll. And I would allow you to modify the trading roll if you I would allow you to modify the trading roll in your benefit if you are offering some sort of bribe or something tangible, something this isn't like trying to wheedle someone in this regard, but it could be some sort of a bribe or something else. So how would you like to handle this, Kragar? Do you just want to run away? Do you want to stab and loot the waiter, stab and run away from the waiter, or would you like to try and trade your way through? Maybe if I so happen to tip very generously, we can forget about me trying to steal the salad tong. Kind sir, would you please acquire a beverage for me to go, as well as a box for this leftover salad? That's not really trading. You were caught almost stealing a utensil. Asking him to leave, as well as provide you a service, is not in the cards for trading. Let's see. Untrained skills. This does bring something up here. in here? Concepts. Roll at or under skill value on a d20. So I suppose you could try an untrained one, but you would just need to get a circumstantial bonus, or to just critical it. And so what you're trying to do to distract could be courtier, roll to outwit bureaucrats or royalty. It could be take on alternate identities. Oratory would be the one to go with. Cash. So cash in this system is it can exist, but because you purchase meaningful equipment with your hero points, you might have some petty cash. Though in this regard, you would have to trade for something more meaningful. So I'll tell you what we can do. I will say, because you're trying to be slick, you were here on a date. It looks like it didn't go well. She said no. She paid the bill and left. Maybe you can try and convince him that you were so heartbroken that your kleptomania is just, it's an itch that needed scratched. I will say that I will give you a 5. So it's circumstantial. It's not a skill you have, but in this moment with the context, you can make an oratory roll, and you need 5 or less in order to succeed. Now you can crit on a 20, but you can also crit fail on a 1. So if you want to try and look over there, I would say that would be an oratory. So give me a 1d20 roll, Kragar. Lands on an 18. It's not going to work. You have failed. And so what will happen, Kragar, is you are asked to leave. And with you on your sheet, you must make a note that you are not allowed back into this Olive Garden until your next recognition in the city. There's at 25 points you get to choose Crown or Skull. Every 10 points you get kind of a bonus for having done deeds there, for being a better person in some way. So you are floating this that you're not allowed back into this Olive Garden until you've earned 10 hero points, undertaking whatever skills or something that earns you recognition in this locale. Yep, or you can learn to disguise yourself. Yeah. GMV says, have you tried being better? And Kragar's answer is, I just need to wear a mustache when going to the Olive Garden now. Why be better when I can double down? So there you go. There, we have provided roleplay opportunities. We've done a sample combat. We have allowed for things to take their course for the character, for the monsters, for the city, for the people who are here. And there is now an impetus to continue forward and either redeem himself, or instead of earning 10 hero points doing good things in this city, he could probably spend 30 to buy up ranks in disguise and spitefully re-infiltrate the Olive Garden. And that's the beauty of role-playing games, is you have that option. So hopefully this makes sense. We saw the attrition system at work. We had a very basic goblin combat, and I guess in this case, we could award some points to Kragar because he did successfully defeat the goblins and go forward from there. So it would be up to me as GM if I said, well, it was just a simple little thing. Maybe it's not 3, maybe it's 1. Well, you know what, Kragar, you're sitting on 1 hero point you could spend as long as you are in a safe area and at rest. And that would mean that you only need to earn 9 more hero points in order to overcome the ban restriction at this city's Olive Garden for trying to steal the tongs in some sort of fit for not securing a second date for saving a woman from 3 goblins trying to steal her purse. You whooped some goblin butt. Yep, there you go. So you did it! Yay! I like this system. I really like it. It's not micromanaging inventory. It makes these things that you have that are meaningful actually just that, meaningful. You still have plenty of opportunities to exercise things, to exercise yourself through roleplay, through combat. We were able to work in the flaw. We were able to work in locale. We discussed about all the mechanics here. This is a fun system, in my opinion. I really like this. And I could see running many, especially short form, but also if we go longer term. Now, one last thing to do is, let's say at some point in time, Kragar says, well, you know what, I'm going to go out. I need to find, I want to find some mythical salad tongs to bring back and spitefully use instead of the house-provided cheap ones. Well, what we can do, if you want to venture out and we're trusting the dice, if we open up our crown and skull, we have our hex dice. And what this means is, as you encounter a new area, something happens. So let's pretend that Kragar set out from the city in order to look for mythical salad tongs. This is going to require a 2d10 roll. There is another editing pass. There are some mistakes in there which they don't ruin the system, but for organizational information organization, for sure, a little bit more polished professionalism, but I get what's going on, and I do enjoy it. So what I would like, Kragar, a 3 and an 8. You are determining what is happening here, because what it is ain't exactly clear. Where were we setting out? We are setting out into the. You have decided you are an elf. So instead of diggy hole, let's climby tree. You know what? The best salad ingredients come from the Greyfoot Forest anyway. So let's let's step forward into the Greyfoot Forest, okay? And in the Greyfoot Forest, there's the gold pine. Greyfoot, you had a 3 and an 8. Root rock, a mixture of massive roots and square stones, is the location that you that this event is taking place. And with your 8, a sunlight lance. Oh wow! You find an heirloom lance perched on a ritual stone. Kragar, in your sense of bitter spite, you venture out into the Greyfoot Forest, and for some reason, in this mixture of massive roots and square stones, you find the sunlight, the sunlight salad tongs. Congratulations. Your sunlight salad tongs glow when lunch specials are near. You have acquired this item, and well, that's why I made the executive decision, GMV. I trusted the dice. Kragar, your sunlight salad tongs glow when lunch specials are near. And you found them in the forest. And from here, we can continue on rolling on this crawl, on this adventure. You could say that you wish to return back to the city and maybe trade them for a free pass back to enjoy the lunch specials at Olive Garden. Or you can hold on to these sunlight salad tongs until such a time that you've earned yourself back into the good graces of the day shift at Olive Garden. And we trust in the dice. Tell you what, Kragar, you're a gambling man. Push your luck one more time. With the sunlight salad tongs in hand, you take one more step further into the Greyfoot Forest. The thriving deciduous forest west of the Stormkeepers is the root of Thrin, an ancestral homeland to all high elves, which is, what you are, with your tall, slender elf. So this is working. You're going home. This vast land of shady glens and winding rivers is thick. And by the way, I could have described the event of finding it like, the Master Sword and A Link to the Past, or, a caravan, and there's an encounter where that's an option. Or maybe there's actually a fight and they drop from a monster or something. Like, this isn't just like a board game encounter if you don't want to treat it as such. This vast land of shady glens and winding rivers is thick with magical secrets, abundant life, and millennia-old elven stonework. Wild dragonkin river beasts and even an army of ogres have yet failed to uproot the sacred nurseries and misty meadows of this place. So go ahead and roll 2d10 one more time. You're pushing your luck, Kragar. Five and 1. Your next encounter is in some crumbled ruins. The curved pillars and cobble stairs of elven temples. And what awaits you there? An ogre incursion. A group of 2d4 ogre warriors is wreaking havoc. Kragar, roll 2d4. Oh my ogres. It's an abandoned Blockbuster video. All right, there are 8. Somehow you got a 5 on the 4, but let's roll with it. There are 8 ogre warriors that are absolutely savaging this elven temple. Do you want to be the lone hero, salad tongs in hand, that can step up and have this this group of elven faithful who are being sieged inside these ruins, or are you running away? Pardon me. I see run away, but I wanted to describe the scene to you first. You hear the cries from within, help, save us, if only there was a lone or more hero. Boy, do we have rewards. I roll to seduce. All right, so Bane, apparently a second figure. What the party ends up becoming the group from the X-Files, the lone gunmen, the lone plural, right? We are the lone gunmen. He's looking for a copy of Sleepless in Seattle on VHS. So you can see where adventure can go from here. It can be randomly generated and leaned into. All sorts of fun prompts. Doesn't have to be ogres. You can modify the number. Obviously, I made up the fact that there's people in there promising a reward. A shadowy figure comes out of the darkness. He raises a single eyebrow. The NPCs roll to see if they are seduced. Yep. So that's when the wizard, the kind of like the derpy-eyed frog wizard, rolls on into the scene here, who can control weather, and is out for seeking ultimate mastery over magic. Making up facts in a fantasy world. Yep, exactly. But hey, you know what? This wizard can cast ranged fire blast and can change the weather in the area. And that's when several lone heroes who are lurking and waiting for that reward to be promised come forward. Followed by the rugged woodland elf, possibly a rival to the tall slender elf. I'll save you! This is the sickly cleric style, though not really cleric in a stereotypical sense, because you can build anything with this system. I love it. And then from the other cardinal direction of the glen in which this temple is being ruined by ogres, is our towering human, kind of a Tom Bombadil style figure. Our towering human, who is able to who sings a song and is really just out, I guess, like collecting mushrooms and doing all sorts of fun stuff, and happens to stumble across adventure, as he has many times before. They don't deserve your best. Yeah. The derpy wizard frog wizard makes a light fog roll out around me and adds a slight shining light to give me a glow. See? So you use your one cast of Stormcaller. This happens, and you move forward from there.